Had another surgery. They literally cut off everything.
Very, very, very life-altering disease.
A skin finding may actually be the sign of internal pathology. I'm here to reveal it as your SkinTellAgent. Maria is a story that will be with me, I'm sure, until, that door slams behind me at the end of my career, and then some.
13, 14 years old, I got an abscess. It was kind of under my stomach. My mom says, hey, you know what, I'm gonna have to take you to the doctor, obviously. I must have been to 2 different doctors, ended up at a hospital. Nobody really knew what it was. It's like, oh, you know what, it's just a random abscess that you got. You'll be fine. And it took about, a good 6 months for them to actually close it out, because it just would not close out. And literally, it was every summer. I would get abscesses, I would get horrible flare-ups. It went from my leg to my stomach, then next thing I know, it's in my groin area. And nobody really told me what it was until I was 22, 23. And that's when I got really bad. A dermatologist was able to tell me, hey, you have HS.
Marylou is a very unique case of hidradenitis suppurativa. And hidradenitis suppurativa is just organically a disease that terrorizes people. I oftentimes explain hidradenitis suppurativa as a disease that literally changes the trajectory of a life, because so oftentimes patients that develop the signs of HS are young, and with the disease burden itself, it's not just painful, it's confusing, it's embarrassing, it's stigmatizing. It precludes people from, doing activities that they'd otherwise want to participate in. It is distracting, so people aren't necessarily paying attention in school, they're not necessarily focused on their job. It's a very, very, very life-altering disease.
My life would just stop. When I'd flare up, I would not go to work because the smell, when you're flaring up, the abscesses. I'm like, if I could smell it, I would think like somebody sitting next to me can smell it. Emotionally, it took a toll on me. I would literally just lock myself up at home. Like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anybody until this calms down.
When I met Marylou, she was years into her disease, and she'd been treated what we would say episodically. Every time there was a flare, they chased it with another set of, you name it, cocktail of antibiotics and steroids. There was no maintenance program for her. So I met her after she had been hospitalized at a hospital several hours away. She had been through multiple surgeries that culminated in her absolutely losing the entire surface of her skin deep, well into the fatty layer, from one hip bone to the next, from under the belly button, all the way down to beneath the female genitalia. It had gone and encompassed, they basically skinned her.
That was one of the worst experiences I've had ever. I had an abscess. It was under my belly button, and I knew something was going on. I went to my primary. He's like, hey, you know what? We need to take you back to your doctor right now. We need to go to the emergency room. They're going to see you, see what we can do. I'm like, okay. So I went in there, got admitted. It was the day before my birthday. Doctor said, tomorrow we're going to open you up. We're going to go ahead and drain it. Regular procedures. They cut me open. They drained everything. 2 days later, maybe, they noticed that my skin color was not okay. So they said they were gonna put me back in surgery room to see what's going on. Had another surgery. They literally cut off everything. Labia, everything was cut out.
That's how they thought they were getting rid of this disease. Let's just remove the skin that's involved. But the problem with HS is it is a disorder of inflammation. At its primary basis, it is this dysregulated, irreverent signaling of inflammation that continues to cause abscesses, painful nodules, and ultimately draining fistulous tracts through from deep in the skin out to the surface.
I was transferred out of the hospital. My brother helped to get me out of there. I came to one over here in Phoenix, which is where I actually lived at the time. And the medical staff, it was completely different. The whole approach was different. It's like, you know what? It's like, we're just going to give it some time. I need you to get you a little bit stronger, and I'll make sure to put you back together. Close you back up, because there's no point in having you open. We're going to give you medications. Try to see if we can slow it down with new medications. I met Dr. Ackerman. We went a whole bunch of shots. It was literally my miracle drug. Because at the time when over there, hey, we don't know what's going on. You're just getting worse. We come over here, we do that. It started to clear up. And Dr. A, God, I was seeing her initially, I think it was like every 2 months after that. And unfortunately with me, like antibiotics, every medication, unfortunately, I just become immune to it. But thankfully, every time that I become immune to it, she has a backup plan. It's like, okay, you know what? We're immune to Humira. Let's go ahead and go on this trial now. Let's do this. And thankfully, everything's still working out. So that's where I'm at right now.
Hi. Hey. Nice to see you. Okay, let's take a look. Oh my God, this looks great. Okay, so, wow. It's a little bit full right in this little pocket and right over here. But overall, no drainage. You can move and sit. I mean, it's
like do
any pain. I mean, any.
There, we're done.
Okay. So it's the migratory piece that then it decided to jump someplace else.
Body said, hey, you know what? Got something for you.
Right. Right. Marylou is quite an unbelievable person, and she has really decided to expose some incredibly personal, private areas of her body and story related to her hidradenitis suppurativa, because she is extraordinarily committed to making sure that other people that may be watching understand that hidradenitis suppurativa is a disease that can be managed and can be treated, and know that surgery is not the first option. Rather, surgery might be used as a secondary, or what we call adjuvant option, after medical management has otherwise controlled the disease as adequately as possible.
Just thank you for pretty much spreading out the word, because none of it is your fault. And I'm going to stick to that one always, because it's not your fault.